For what does it mean to have a movement that speaks directly to the Chicano experience? What does it mean to be a Chicano artist, and what does Chicano art mean? It's hard to talk about revolution in the Chicano understanding without the first examples of revolution and defiance and resistance, and that is the Aztec resistance against colonial powers. And one of the early documents that when they came into the city of Tenochtitlan, they see the drums, they hear the drums, they see the dancing that's going on in the dancers of the warriors. And they say that there was over 10,000 warriors moving together in unison to the drums. And I could just imagine that, because when I was in Mexico City, I was thinking about, and I was there in Tenochtitlan, where they once were, and I was thinking to myself, in this location, this is where the warriors once stood. We often feel like the political situation that we're living in right now is so overwhelming, but we have to understand that we've been there before as a community. We've been there before. And we have survived because of the warrior spirit that we have inside of us, that resides inside of us, that is part of us. And so on the day that we opened here at the Dream Center, they could hear the sound for the first time echoing. Both drums, they had never been played together. They had to be played, and they had been blessed. And so the blessing of the drums, now they could be played, and they could bring the spirit and the message to the rest of the students and the community here in Stockton. And that's why I wanted to call this revolutionary art, because it spoke to our experience, our heritage, our people, the sacrifice that we bled and we sweat on this ground that we stand on. We are not immigrants, and I wanted that to be clear.
Really, when I was first brought on to Delta and I was unfamiliar with different systems, and I would go and I would ask him, he definitely became a mentor for me. He became someone that I felt comfortable going to and asking about different situations. And he was always very open with the idea that he wasn't going to be here forever. And so he would always say that. He would say, well, I want you to know this, right? Because I'm going to retire. I'm not going to be here all the time. And I want to make sure that the faculty that are coming in are faculty who are going to be comfortable to raise their voices. And I think that that is a powerful legacy. It's a really powerful legacy, and one that I hope to leave the institution, the community with one day. There are many things that I find really valuable about people altogether. People can always teach us things, but when we have an opportunity to be in community with folks who have similarities to us through a shared language, a shared history, a shared geographic place and time, it's so powerful when we haven't had that before. And so when I hear of my colleagues who are these powerful, articulate folks of color, I feel empowered. And I think, of course, we're doing great things. It's not the exception. It is a standard. And so I think what Mario is leaving us with is that standard and that legacy that our voices matter, that when we find ourselves in spaces, in meetings, in opportunities where decisions are being made, that we should pause and ask, is the voice of my people being heard? Is it in the room? Is it represented?
Art is a very beautiful thing where if you can't talk, if you can't go out of your way to protest, you can also paint a picture. You can draw. You can show your voice in a painting.